Item 1, call the meeting to order, record members present and absent.
Ellis?
Here.
Martin?
Here.
McDermott? Here. Slater?
Here.
Parker?
Here. Item 2, read the open meeting compliance statement.
I, the undersigned clerk of the Board of Education of the Alva Independent School District Number 1 of Woods County, Oklahoma, certify that prior to December 15 of the last calendar year, the date, time, and place of this regular meeting is filed in the office of the county clerk of Woods County, Oklahoma. I also certify that at least 24 hours prior to this meeting, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, notice of the date, time, place, and agenda of this meeting was posted in prominent public view at the location of the meeting. Witness my hand this 5th day of October 2015.
Item 3, consent agenda. All of the following items which concern reports and items of a routine nature normally approved by one board vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and approval of the following. 3A, addition of items of new business.
None.
3B, minutes of the September 1, 2015 regular board meeting and the September 4, 2015 special board meeting. C, the approval of the treasury report on the status of funds and investments.
Really not any new news at this point in time because we still don't have our fixed budget during my communications. I will tell you what the expected budget's going to be because we just got an email from Buddy Carroll. But things look good and spending's down.
D, approval of activity fund report.
What'd you tell me, Becky? Over $100,000 in our activity account it's already gone through.
104,000 in the month of September.
What'd you turn in today?
13,000 and some.
From fundraisers and
yes.
spellathons and things of that nature.
Macathon, some Blue and Gold sausage money still coming in. The vocal cookie dough is the bulk of it today.
It's amazing what this community will do for our
Ice cream
kids.
sales from.
Nobody comes by my house.
Nobody comes by mine either.
Well, if you want to be on the list, we can surely get you on the
I'm gonna
list.
start sending them your way. They come by mine.
Nobody
They
else
don't
comes.
come.
I don't get phone calls, but I get people.
You just need to put an office in downtown. I got a couple I could set you two in.
But I really don't. Nobody
Nobody at church either?
Oh, yeah, they get me at church, which I do not like.
Well, that's, you should say, come by my house.
Anyway. Don't.
Any questions on any of the activity accounts?
Camera.
Now everybody knows.
3E, approval of the activity account fundraisers, attachment A.
Don't see anything out of the ordinary. I will tell you that yearbook is started in the hole a little bit, but I think Kenny Alkren has got a good program ready to go. And so I think we'll be self-sufficient this year in the yearbook. Part of the problem, we've ordered too many yearbooks. We've had too many 30, 20 left over. We're just not buying. I wonder if it's time to go to electronic yearbooks. That's what everybody thinks. What's your reaction?
I don't know.
It's better than not having one at all.
That's true.
It's always nice just to sit down and thumb through them, though. You know.
And years to come. I mean, you're sure not.
That's the problem right there in itself.
But do you think some of that is communication? That people don't know they're for sale. For instance, last year I had a senior, and I couldn't tell you when they were due.
Well, they're on the bulletin board, they're on the windows. They make announcements all the time, too.
But we have
I
students
think
that are
that
not
with
at the
our-
high school all the time.
Well, I understand that, but I think our web pages is going to help out. If you haven't noticed, Lincoln just got theirs up and running today. So we're working on that. He's got some good information on there, so hopefully some of that. And we could do an all-call too,
I
To all
think that
parents.
would help.
okay?
I mean, some form of communication.
It's pretty tough if they don't get them before school's out, which is pretty tough too. I mean, nowadays you don't get them before school's out, so at some point during the summer you've
Did you
got.
ever get yours before you got out of school? as a
Pretty
senior?
close. Pretty
Really?
close, yeah. Pretty close. It was,
I think my mother had to go get mine when I was a senior because they didn't come back till after summer.
Mine was on the Gutenberg press.
we got ours
Not quite,
before summer, but you had to get the springs.
but I'll do that. I'll tell them to do that for the yearbooks. But don't see anything out of fundraisers. Do you have any questions on fundraisers?
Three F, approval of items to be declared as surplus, attachment B.
We're gonna have more textbooks, probably, and I believe that 2 years ago, you all gave the superintendent the right to declare those surplus, and then if we could sell them, we'd sell them. If we give them to the prison, we give them to the prison, or even daycare centers and so forth. But we want to try to get rid of them because some of them are 16 years old, and they just collect dust. And the time clocks, those are those old time clocks with the cards, because we've gone with that Time Plus. It's on a computer and it's working out very well. And also teachers are using it, timing in and out. They're requesting leaves on the computer. Not all teachers, but I would say a majority of our teachers are doing that. And I am doing it. And they can ask me, and I'll show it to them. So, told them if I asked them to do it, that I'd also do it.
So, on these textbooks, they're on here as surplus items, so does the prison know they're here?
We will contact them.
Okay.
I get calls from textbook salesmen all the time wanting to buy our used textbooks. But we will check with the prison. I've already talked to Greg Line. He said he'd be interested in coming and seeing and getting what they can. And like I said, if there are any daycare centers out there for the younger books, as long as they can be used, we will give them to them. Otherwise, we will try to sell them. If we can't sell them, we take them to the dump. If there are any third world countries or any churches that are doing anything, they can have all the books they want.
I'll put them out somewhere, let people pick them up for free somewhere.
Well, you know what? We just picked up a piece of glass to put on this table for you.
Good deal. Down the road here?
Yeah,
Good.
staff stars being cut.
There's some cabinets that come out of the Etc. shop there. They want to give away too. Some counters are nice. If you need something like that. I mean, just if you just put it out, people pick stuff up.
Well, we can try it.
All of them around, so it's tough.
It is tough.
You know, like the children's homes, that have schools within them might be something notified, like the Ministerial Alliance or
Okay.
something that have the schools within their children's homes.
4B, child nutrition report.
Don't have one. New software, having problems. We'll try to get a new child nutrition next month. That's what's the really frustrating part about software. We try to buy software that is seamless. So this software for child nutrition is supposed to be seamless with our STI because it's coming from STI. But it doesn't have the same reports. And then today, teachers didn't show up on it. So hopefully we'll get the bugs worked out and it'll be next month.
Move that we approve the consent agenda, those items referenced in 3B through 3G.
Second.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Ellis.
Aye. Item 4, vote to approve or not to approve the purchase order encumbrances for the following funds for FY 2016. 4A, General Fund Number 11, number 366 through 472 with change orders. And payroll number 50,164 through 50,178 with payroll change orders 50,000 through 50,178 for a year-to-date total of $8,602,228.76. 4B, Co-op Fund Number 12, number 40 through 44 with change orders 0 through 44 with payroll change orders 50,000 through 50,010 for a year-to-date total of $501,868.66. 4C, Building Fund Number 21, number 29 through 30 with change orders 1 through 30 for a year-to-date total of $102,172.70. And 4D, Gift Fund Number 81 and number 10 with change orders 1 through 10 for a year-to-date total of $147,808.
Can I ask a stupid question? I know you read that each and every month. Do we have to read the whole thing, Lynn? Or can we read vote to approve or not to approve purchase order encumbrances for the following funds? General fund, co-op, building.
Well, that's what I've always wanted to do, but since I've been on the board, we've read it every single month, so I'm glad to hear that.
I mean, it's printed in plain
I agree.
English.
It's printed on your itemized report too. All of that's printed on them.
I've cut it down here and there, and I've always wanted to write it.
County Commission meetings every Monday, and they have some of
I've always wondered why you had to read the whole thing.
They don't read the numbers.
Okay, good. I'm good with that.
Okay, general fund, look at 375, $10,000. I don't think it'll be that high, but that's our lawyer cost for the Office of Civil Rights visit. And that is due to that suspension, and the parents turned us in because they thought we were not being fair with their 2 children. 390 is a replacement air conditioner for Hannah Simon's room.
Back on that.
OCR,
Is that to pay
the
their
lawyer.
lawyer?
Retainer fee.
So
That may
we've
be
had-
over encumbered.
We've had legal representation here on site.
Office of Civil Rights came in for 2 days.
And we had somebody here also during that time.
And I really didn't see any other encumbrances that weren't out of the ordinary. Now, on 444 Western Equipment, we did get our check, and I'll report that on my communication. So that's the amount to replace the mower and the trailer. I will share you more of that with my communications.
Up on 369, What are the things that we approve when they have fundraising? And it says for cheerleading uniforms. And here it is, $2,813.80 for cheer uniforms.
Those are new uniforms for the year. And then I think they just put down purchase uniforms, to replace uniforms as a blanket type of thing that they would try to do. They didn't have enough money to buy new uniforms this year. So the district paid for it. Sure.
They,
Like for Pink Week, they use their activity fund money to do like all the Pink Week stuff that the cheerleaders do then, because they do it for football and basketball and, you know, these and different type things because of the weather usually, but they use that. They buy your shoes out of, activity fund, so they classify that those kind of expenditures as uniform is like on their fundraiser request for activity fund, they'll use that money to do like your shoes. And
so this is an amount of money not already spent, but an amount of money that they can dig into.
No, this is spent. These are uniforms that were ordered and paid for. One set.
And we just kind of approve that on a case-by-case basis, basically. I mean, we pretty much uniform the whole world.
Yeah, we have. We've purchased a lot of athletic uniforms, band uniforms, and so forth, with all this extra money that we've been having, so that it wouldn't hurt their activity accounts as bad. And cheerleaders don't have a whole lot. What they're going to make this year, if we go to any state events, will pay for all their motel rooms, all their meals. And if they go stay 2 nights, that may be as much as $3,000. And we've added the number of cheerleaders. We used to just have 8, and I believe we've got 11 now and 2 males, or 9 cheerleaders and 2 males for a total of 11. And the other problem that you have with cheerleaders, their sizes change each year, drastically.
What do we do with all the old uniforms and stuff?
We still have them, and if they don't wear them, then we will declare them surplus. And they sell like hotcakes at the little cheer camp that they have each summer. And then that money goes back into their activity account. And part of their activity account will also pay for their summer camps at OU and their summer dress and so forth. This is a big item type of purchase.
I have one question.
Okay?
Since we're kind of going back and forth between what's paid out of the general fund and what's paid out of the activity fund. When the money comes in from external sources, you know, like to redo the baseball field or redo the softball field or redo the basketball's locker rooms or whatever, that seems to be commingled with the money they raise for other things, correct?
It does go into their athletic account, but we keep a track of what is donated and what it's intended for. Because if we put it into the general account, we're not going to be able to spend that particular money because it doesn't show up in the budget. So in order for it to be utilized quickly when they do build, we put it in that activity account.
And you
But
do
we
keep
keep
track
track.
of it?
Yes.
I mean, like with the $50,000 that Cher gave us, you know exactly what money's been spent against that.
Not today,
But I mean,
yes, I can.
you can.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that, I would think that would be very important.
We
Well,
do.
it's
Capital
like the
expenses
softball scoreboard
against.
and those kinds of things, those things that were donated and, you know, that kind of stuff, yes.
Because I noticed those,
It's coded on there, like, what's the young kids doing the construction at the baseball?
Bixler.
No.
James
James
Wilson.
Wilson, yeah.
James Wilson
James
Concrete.
Wilson, yeah.
So we know, okay, that he's the, and then we tell him, you know, we buy the supplies from Stars or whatever, and we know exactly how much we can spend, and then we pay him the labor. So it's all coded in the activity accounts and so forth.
Okay. Because I noticed that, of course, it should be dwindling because they're doing
Right,
stuff.
Right.
But I wondered who is accountable for that, and,
We are.
okay, great.
That activity sponsor, Becky and I work pretty close together on
It's good.
those expenses and when they can and can't. Any other questions on any of the general account expenditures? We're down quite a bit this month. I will tell you that purchase order 458, Alva Incorporated, laptops for board members. We are going to go electronic here in our meetings. Hopefully it'll be next month. So you will get not a laptop, but an iPad, and everything will be given to you electronically. Larry, if you don't want to use it, we'll still give you the paper and pencil. And
Okay,
you don't want it either? Okay.
I'll try to use it.
Okay. So those laptops will be used for those meetings and you will get that information.
It'll be easy to go back and access something that we saw
Yes.
a month before, which will be really handy. As I have to have a box under my desk, I have to dig under, you know.
And then-
My iPad and get it loaded.
Absolutely.
I'll try it, but I'm a paper person.
I like
You know.
paper too, but I think going back and be able to look at something previously will be so nice.
Oh, you just read it.
Yeah, and you can print it. Yeah. Or you can print it for those that
Yeah,
want to print it.
right.
I'd
I
rather
think
be
it's
the
just like
odd
one
man
sheet
out.
of paper you put
Positive
one
and
in
far
or
outweigh the
something.
negatives if we
We're going to try, we'll probably have some paper, first couple to go along with it, but that's a learning process.
It's a big curve for me.
You can do
Well, it is for me too, I promise you that.
Me too.
Any other questions? Okay, really not a whole lot on the co-op fund. Travel, testing, building fund, normal there. Scholarship, we had a young man transfer from Northeastern to Texas Tech that we didn't know about, so we had to put some money in Texas Tech.
Hey, going back to the building fund, I think it was actually, I don't even know if he's not on there, but we're pretty happy with James Wilson, aren't we?
He's done a great job for us in his construction and building and everything.
He's pretty impressive, I think.
We,
Young guy.
are trying to straighten him out on purchase orders and what he can do and what he can't do. He's had to eat some things because he didn't have prior approval. So
That'll get your attention right quick.
Yeah.
it will. Either that or he has to provide us with a proper dated invoice. Like if he decides that it's raining, he can't work, and he goes to Wichita and he goes and gets a trailer full of block to do a cement wall, that we're not gonna pay him for it. Because the invoice didn't match the purchase order. But he's very good with giving us cost, and the cost is accurate.
Yeah,
And he does good work.
he does. He's a hard worker.
Where's he out of?
Well, he's from here, but I'm not sure how he got here. I don't know if he came down to go to school, but he's done a lot of work for a lot of people, and he's done a little bit for me at the district and at the water district. And for a young guy, he's a worker, and he does it all as far as contracting. He can do. I recommend him. He's pretty, and I didn't even know he was doing that. I just saw him out there working the other day, and I thought, well, good, because it'll be solid. It'll be a good job. So anyway, that's all I have for that.
Still need a vote?
Yes.
I move we accept 4A, 4B, 4C, and 4D.
Second.
Martin,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Ellis.
Aye. Item 5, principals reports.
I've just got 3. Washington Elementary had the Assistant Fire Chief Brian Miller here today for the safety program. Kids really enjoyed that. The students are participating in Spirit Week activities. They will be going to the pumpkin patch, my favorite, on the 14th. And then they will be involved with Red Ribbon Week activities last week of October. And during that time, students will learn the importance of staying drug-free. They will also participate in Rodeo on the Square October the 28th with Northwestern coming down. Lincoln Elementary, students raised $10,000 on their mathathon. 100 students participated in the fundraiser. Money will be used to buy prizes for the school store, playground equipment, 4 square balls, football, soccer balls, basketball, field trip, accelerated reading trips, and admission fees. A year ago, Lincoln went to an OSU girls basketball, and part of that is they had a spirit contest, and Lincoln School won. So we had 3 young ladies, assistant basketball coach, come and visit Lincoln Monday? Friday, yeah, it was Friday. And kids really enjoyed it, asked some good questions, had a good time. They got to eat pizza with the girls, and Riley Swanson came home and had a big part of it. PLCs, teachers are meeting weekly with focus over the next few weeks, planning to give benchmark tests to help plan second 9 weeks curriculum maps, looking at state scores and the bottom quartile students to determine how we can help those students improve performance levels on state testing. The gifted and talented, I'll give that, I guess, when we talk about gifted and talented. Okay, high school. We are working on being more of a curriculum leader in the building, according to Mr. Potter, using weekly faculty meetings to talk about effective teaching practices. Last week he introduced how to be successful when dealing with students and 8 characteristics of teachers who are successful. This week they're going to talk about common communication mistakes teachers make when dealing with students and parents. There's also a component each week about dealing with staff relationships in a positive way. And the parent-teacher conference is coming up and need to communicate effectively. His goal is still to continue to make school climate a focus and a place where students can thrive. He's using some mastery teaching booklets that he's attended different classes in the past and introducing that each and every week. Okay.
I wrote down intruder drill.
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs to be emphasized with all the things that have been happening in the schools. Norman North had to evacuate today.
Really?
Yeah. And
Well, we have plans to meet with the police and the fire and everything as a common safety deal to talk about those types of things. We try to do that early each and every year. And I know that they've already had their intruder drills in the schools and so forth. So,
They
you
have
know, our
had it-
locks.
they
excuse
have
me?
had an intruder drill.
Yes.
Okay.
And then all of our locks are being in place, so we will have all that in all the schools. We've been waiting on the cards for the teachers and support staff to get in to make them working, but those should be working at this point in time. You know, it is scary. You know, anybody can walk in.
Do our interior doors locks work?
The high
As
school
far
they
as I
do.
know,
I'm sorry?
High school they do. I tried to get in one day.
yeah,
Okay.
as far as I know, they do.
Okay.
Steve.
I spoke into the little speaker. How do I put in
Yeah.
this door?
Yeah.
She said, I don't know how, I'll be right there to let you in. And here she came and opened it the old fashioned way.
I know.
It was cute.
But even security, you know, we're gonna have security in here, because we're gonna have a hall monitor to where we can see people coming down, see people who are out in that front in case we're back here. So, safety's gonna be a big issue, but I know, is he Deputy Sheriff Ford? Is that his title, or Sheriff Ford?
Oh, he's not, he's with the OS.
But he and I, and Ron Vasquez and the
Yeah,
police,
he's not with the.
we want to get together and talk about our evacuations. You know, there's concern, do you let kids, if they're in the south part of the high school, do you let them go out north and just run? Some people say yes, because it's harder to hit a target, other than keeping them in a locked place. I'll visit an executive session about the building at Chisholm. They built their elementary school with the windows up high, so drive-by shooter couldn't come by. Some things of that nature. So we are planning to have visits with the police and everything on that, and make sure that we're in good shape with our intruder drills. We don't have a budget yet. Buddy Carroll has given us our revenue projection, and I will tell you that our general budget is increased by $3,346,027.76. That's due to probably a $5.6 million carryover. Projected budget for child nutrition is going to be up $36,942. The building fund is up $634,000, and the co-op fund is going to be down $61,000, almost $62,000. I think this is the report that he has to give to the State Department October 1. He may have our budget shortly, and we may call for a special board meeting to approve the budget.
What's the holdup with him?
Too many schools,
Let's see.
not enough manpower.
I think he has every school in Northwest Oklahoma.
And
a lot of them meet on the same nights, you know, for him to get to every one of us, we all can meet.
here's some information from Sandra Collins, about polling places. Again, we're going to have to make a decision in November. Didn't I make enough?
We can share.
You don't have one.
That's all right. I've got the original.
Here's the original,
I've got the original.
the real original.
Yeah. But again, always questions about the number of voters and so forth. Here's some more on individual precincts. You don't want to,
We got 'em. We got 'em.
got them? You got precinct,
Oh, there's
20.
more than one?
yeah,
No. I got Alva.
that's 7601. Precinct 2110.
Okay, you've got that one. I'll have this one.
And then, you know, we have concerns about closing precincts and people not having the opportunity to vote. But I think Sandra tries to make every way of doing it.
Here, let me
So-
have his.
That'll be something for you all to look at in the future, because we will have to vote on that in the November board meeting when it comes time. So that's just information for you at this time.
At one precinct, 230, 257 voters.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it shows you that, and she'll be sending more information to us. And it's some enrollment information for you. Okay, 2014, 2015, October 1 accreditation is when we do all of our accreditation, and that's where we generate the monies and so forth. We had 1,039 students. This year on October 1, we have 1,019, so we're down 20 students. Okay? And then it'll just give you a of this year's 2001 grade level and all grades. So I don't know if down 20 is a significant number. I think more information will be given later that you might look at, but it just fluctuates. But that's what our average daily attendance and our state aid will be voted on, or they'll work on that 1,019. We also got just last Friday or Thursday preliminary report cards. These are not official because they're changing each and every day because schools still have chances to reconcile. For the most part, again, Longfellow and Washington got A minuses. And again, Washington, whatever Longfellow gets, that's their grade report. Okay? They don't do anything. Last year at the middle school, they were C minus, we're up to a C. And I believe that's the same thing as Longfellow. And that letter for high school, they've already found 2 mistakes in our report card, so they're up to an A minus now. And we were at a B plus, I believe, last year. The problem again was with Lincoln in the middle school is the number of students in the bottom quartile, regardless if they're special ed, regular ed, or whatever. If they don't come up from unsatisfactory to a limited knowledge, they're counted twice against us. Even if they score 200 points better, they have to reach to this next level. So when you talk to the State Department and you visit about special ed students that have to take a regular test, there's no modified test or anything, how do you get a special needs student out of that? And how does it cost us twice? We don't know.
Who makes these
Rules?
rules?
Well, State Department of Education and legislators.
In Oklahoma?
I read an article today about the Common Core standards and that Ohio has changed their cut scores. So even the Common Core standard came out was supposed to be a unified test for everybody so that we could compare Alva high school students with Columbus, Ohio high school students, but they've already altered their cut scores.
They go district by district.
So that's a fallacy.
Modify it.
You know, and again, a lot of this A to F, I think, will go out of the wayside, and then we will go to end of year test ACTs, and we'll probably be given a report card somehow on the ACT.
What will be the elementary measure though?
Well, ACT's making some other tests. You know, they already had the Explorer and Plan, but now they're gonna call them different. Expire and I forget. So 6th grade through 12, we will be able to look at that, but they'll have to come up something with elementary. Those aren't in stone. They may change, but scores are better than what they were last year. Okay, we did.
One
Go ahead.
question. On
Sure.
the- I forget all the components of the bonus points. The high school only got 4 bonus points and all the other schools got 10.
I'm not sure either.
Then
Tiffany,
wasn't
I'd have to-
attendance part of it?
Attendance is,
Accelerated classes are not counting our college curriculum at high school for any accelerated type classes. So therefore we.
they're not counting that AP courses at all.
No, we get a 0 on AP.
And our kids go to concurrent enrollment more than AP.
We only have AP English is all we
English.
have, isn't it?
Correct. We tried teaching AP biology, but
We're losing out there because they won't recognize those.
I agree, we're losing bonus points right there.
That seems to be the big deal.
Well, the people in the State Department don't know what we're doing out here. They have no idea. Or what most of the schools are doing. They just,
well, I tell you what,
It's a bunch of numbers.
Superintendent Hoffmeister was impressed with what we're doing in elementary. And she went into a junior English, looked at what we were doing on the computers, and they happened to be doing a vocabulary on the computer. And she asked one of the students, what's the difference in this type of teaching compared to the old type? And the student said, well, I retain vocabulary better. I don't have to memorize it. Pretty good response. But anyway, she saw a lot of good things happen, so I think she is aware. But for the most part, Larry, I believe that you're correct because they don't understand special needs students that we're getting in our district. They don't understand how much we work with them and what it costs us. Because a lot of schools, I sat on the Oklahoma Secretary Association board and appeals, and one of the appeals was that this one particular school, 2A class school, one special ed teacher, kid needed to transfer because he wasn't getting the instruction that he needed. And that was what the appeals was about. But when you look at the number of special ed teachers that we have and the number of paraprofessionals, we do a great job there. You've worked in special ed, you know. But, you know, I don't know who thinks they know more, politicians or state school board members. Well, at least they're asking, you know, I filled out probably 3 surveys now on different matters in education. So they're trying to communicate. Okay, but we did receive the check for the stolen mower and also that stolen trailer that was on our property. To replace the mower and trailer, it was right at $10,500. We got 82, so basically we were out our deductible of $2,500. So those have been ordered.
what, they haven't found those at all?
No, don't even have a clue.
Gee.
Now, the mower is in the John Deere information, so if anybody tries to buy parts for it, they could get that. but I don't know about that trailer. And I was surprised that they paid for the trailer since it was a private trailer, but it was parked on our land. They did pay for it. So we've got that check, and we've got those things ordered. Want to remind the board about Gold Bug Foundation banquet. It is at Thursday, $25 a ticket. I believe it starts at 5:30, honorees, and then 6 o'clock the banquet. Also, you have in your packet, October 22nd, we will be hosting the Oklahoma School Board Association District 2 meeting at the middle school. That's a new one.
I will not be here.
Okay?
Who do we have catering?
Would y'all just put your names?
Don't know. We don't do anything but host it. They take care of it. They haven't
Yeah,
called
just
me
start.
on the catering or anything for any information.
Mark what you
But they take care of all that. All we have to do is have a place. I am going to ask all of our administrators to be there, so we'll be adding expense for their cost of the meals to that.
Are they going, have they been asked to go to the foundation thing?
Yes.
Are they all going?
I'm not sure. It's busy.
I know. They
Thursday night.
need a good showing.
Yeah. And then good news, Heather Lohman received a $2,500 grant from Math Moves Grant, and that will be used in her classroom to enhance her curriculum. So she applied for it, we got it. So. And I believe that's all I have on my communications.
No resignations?
No.
Okay. Item 7A, discussion with possible board action vote to approve or not to approve the employment of the following non-certified personnel for the remainder of the school year 2015-2016. 7A1, Brandon Harding, and 7A2, Kim Boland.
Had a special needs students move into Lincoln, so we needed to hire, and I believe Brandon was working at a youth center and it closed down, and then he came back and just fell into that job. And then Kim Bowling is a mother of a special ed student that we had hired in August, and then they were going to homeschool, and then they decided they would come back to the middle school, so he needs a para, so we hired his mother, and then they're going to switch, and she's not going to be with mother, but so we needed another para. So I would make a recommendation to the board that we hire these two.
So moved.
Second.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin,
Yes.
Parker,
Aye.
Ellis.
Aye.
Don't be laughing.
7B, discussion with possible board action vote to approve or not to approve the revised extra duty assignments for the remainder of the school year 2015-16.
We added Jewel Connor as band assistant, and also Shonda Smith as middle school cheerleader. So those are the changes on that. And I would make the recommendation to the board that we approve those.
I so move.
Shonda Smith, cheerleader, middle school. That's not a good thing to start out middle school without a cheerleading sponsor.
She a parent too?
She's the middle school secretary. We had problems. I tried talking to a lot of people.
Second, you need a second on that?
I believe so.
Yes, second.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin.
Yes.
Ellis.
Aye. 7C, discussion with possible board action vote to approve or not to approve the revised extra duty salary schedule for the remainder of the school year 2015-16.
We removed special ed bus assistant for $20 an hour, and also up the summer mowing to $10 an hour for the assistant. So we just call it groundskeeper lawn work at this point in time, $10. And I'd make the recommendation to the board to those two additions.
We upped it from what?
It was minimum wage. And we had groundskeeper lawn work, $10 an hour, and then we had an assistant lawn, groundskeeper and lawn work at minimum wage, and we upped to $10, because he was the only one working.
And who did you say was doing our lawns? You said last, I think.
Your skin.
Aaron Pierce, graduate, but also Wilson was doing it also. Then football started, and Aaron was doing it by himself and trying to take care of it. And then we were paying also some custodians overtime if they would take care of it, so we'd maintain and keep up with the grounds. So anyway, there's some things that may happen later on that we may contract it all out to give us a good price. But those are the two corrections.
Is that 7C?
Yes.
Make a motion that we approve this revised extra duty salary schedule.
Second?
McDermott?
Aye.
Martin?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Ellis?
Aye. 7D, discussion of possible board action, vote to approve or not to approve the Alva Independent School #1 gifted educational plan for 2015-16.
The gifted and talented has to have a meeting, and it also has to be printed in the paper. Committee met on September the 17th. Casey Adair was elected chair. Melanie Gaspard elected vice chair. The 2015-2016 gifted and talent plan and budget were approved by the committee. Changes have been highlighted in the packet.
What does this committee, what do they do with all of this, the educational plan gifted?
They review it, they ask questions, they add to it, and they can call Mr. Argo at any time and discuss that. But they put the plan together and they vote on it. And the committee approved that with corrections and so forth. And they're trying to enhance our gifted and talented more and more. I was at the meeting. It was pretty matter of fact. They've met before to discuss those things, and this is the formal meeting. So I would recommend to the board that we accept the gifted and talented plan as presented.
Is it well attended?
Yes.
All these times?
They all were there.
Move that we approve the gifted educational plan for 2015-16.
Second?
Slater?
Yes.
McDermott?
Aye.
Martin?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Ellis?
Aye. 7E, discussion with possible board action vote to approve or not to approve the estimate of needs for Alva Independent School #1 for the 2015-16 school year.
We did not get this information, so this is a null and void. No action needs to be taken. We may have to have a special board meeting.
Okay. 7F, discussion with possible board action vote to approve or not to approve one FFA student traveling with his father to the National FFA Convention to participate in the choir in Louisville, Kentucky, October 24th through October 31st, 2015.
make a motion, we approve the student to going to the National FFA Convention.
Second. Is this his second time to go?
And he'll miss a football game.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott.
Aye.
Martin,
Yes.
Ellis.
Aye.
It's quite an honor.
Yeah.
Oh, Red Shoe Bank? Is he running for state office? I think he is. isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's getting his stuff together.